Ugh. I love how I was about to, like, you know, come on screen and everything. Then you beat me to it. How much? You know, wait. I was gonna be like, fucking, how much would it take for me to stream this in Discord? But I mean, honestly, it's the same whether you're in Discord or Twitch, huh? Also, thank you, Stealth, for 25 months. That's almost 3 years. Spaghetti. So, I appreciate it. How are you, Stealth?
I'm doing alright.
Stealth, do you look... Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, it's the weekend.
It is. That does help things. I have no desire to go back to work. Stealth, let me... What's up?
I said mood.
No,
I agree.
It'd be ridiculous. Also, you know what? I think this is actually... I don't know. This doesn't look right. I think I gotta resize my shit. Well, actually, I can't even really do that without bringing this up right now. So... Nope, that's the wrong number.
Oh.
Yeah. Up, yep, there we go. I don't know why it was off-centered, but it was decently so. So, you know, we fixed that. We do a little tomfoolery around here. Yeah.
A little.
A little, only a little.
Hmm.
But Stealth, let me ask you something.
Something.
Do you like fucking trading monster games? Do you like properties with a variety of creatures and collectibles?
Yeah, actually.
Well, that's amazing news, because that's what we're gonna be doing today. Yippee! You know, do one under 100th of the work that this fucking idea I have of mine will require, but you know how it is. So
Idea.
before we do any art for the card, though, fucking, I need to do art for the card, because fucking, it's like I don't know. I did kind of a finished version of this, but it didn't look too great to my liking, and I was like, I should add a pattern in the back of the card itself. So this is Suneiform from the Epic of Gilgamesh, and it actually apparently is part of the Noah's Ark story in that text. So we're gonna slap this in the background by drawing little bits and pieces of it. Are you chipping away at some Monster Hunter stuff, Stealth? Man, I had a feeling. I had a distinct and certain feeling.
I'm playing my new character.
What's their name again? I remember you said so in the thing, but...
Hirka and Cheetor.
Gotcha. Well, Cheetor. Everyone knows Cheetor. Everyone knows and loves Cheetor. That goes without saying.
No, I will say it anyway.
Yeah, that is fair. He needs no introduction, but like that doesn't mean we won't do it because he is Cheetor. Yo, is that Cheetor?
It is.
Stealth. How do you feel about?
Cheetor has like a correct placement of healing ratio that could compete with Donald Duck from the Kingdom Hearts series.
No, that's not good. Fucking Transformers Cheetor would never. I was gonna say, Stealth, how much do you know about narratology?
I have no idea what the word you just used at me.
It's the study of storytelling and its effect on the human race. None.
Not too much, gotta say.
I googled that because that is legitimately the shit I'm passionate about, and I was like, I don't actually know if there's a word for this. Tell me now. Tell me now if there's a word for thing. Yeah, let's.
I know now what I must do.
I know that.
It's the Google button.
Yeah! Yippee! Yeah! Yeah, you know. don't you love stories still? Don't you love the what stories can tell us about ourselves and other people?
Yes, and I love when stories end at appropriate times.
That also. Oh,
And
you're
don't drag
referencing
on.
last night. You're referencing last night when we were watching Yu-Gi-Oh, and there was a filler arc that went on a little too long. Could have ended well. I'd say like 5 episodes into the before the actual finale. So. Also, I do want to be clear about something. I don't fucking know how to write in ancient Sumerian. I know, shocker.
It looks like the Power Rangers Thunder.
What I'm drawing right now?
Like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the
Well,
Thunderbolt emblem.
I don't actually know. I think I've seen Sumerian writing tools before, but like, I'm pretty sure like what it was a lot of. I looked up, like the actual written language itself was like all syllable based, so they had letters and stuff for every like sound in the language. But I'm pretty sure for the written language they had like a bunch of triangular tools, and they would use that to make different lines and marks and stuff. Stealth, do you know about like the copper salesman that has lived on for thousands of years, or do you not know what I'm talking about?
Someone's trying to sell copper?
No,
That's
someone's trying.
Not legal.
No, someone. Oh, you mean the person copper who we played roles for shoes with? No, I was talking about a man who apparently sold low-quality metals 4,000 years ago, and we know about that because someone left a complaint letter for him in a clay tablet. Because that's what they would use to write back then. They didn't have paper, so they used clay tablets that they would carve words into and then fire. There's lots of tiny ones. What's up?
You really have to be peeved with someone to leave them like a fucking clay tablet note.
I mean, fucking, if it's... I'd argue it's like, if that's just how you write something down, it's about how angry you have to be to like go on to like look Google Yelp and leave a thing there. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be upset either way. Let me see. Is this looking any good? It's not looking
I feel
bad.
like one requires a bit more conviction than the other. I gotta say.
I feel like you're not wrong, but on the other hand, I feel like you're like, what a laborious task. But I imagine to them it was just like, oh, we're writing shit. So hiya, Paula. Hiya, Beba. Beba has successfully done the game loop of Monster Hunter, in that there was a hard monster and now there isn't anymore because they got better equipment. I'm so proud of them.
Introduces new hard monster.
Exactly. Jazz hands. I'm going through Monster Hunter Rise again. I'm gonna be so I've successfully gotten to the second credits, because I don't know who here has played Rise and remembers. Credits roll like 5 times in that fucking game. I don't know why. They needed to not have done that, but that is legitimately the biggest criticism I could have about Monster Hunter Rise. Is that it's just like, why the fuck are you playing credits right now? Wildly inappropriate timing. But I beat Narwhal, and Narwhal, and I was like, and it was like, you can do Sunbreak now, and I was like, I will save Sunbreak for stream to play with people if they'd like to, just because, like, you know, that game's shorter than Generations, so I'm not trying to blitz through all of it and then just like, because I would like to stream some of it before Wilds comes out. I like Rise, so like, you know, I'm probably going to be going through like all the high rank and low rank monsters first to see if I could get like a neat little star on my profile, and then keep going.
You're my neat little star.
I am.
Yeah.
Things.
Fire is hot.
And you're my magnetic pulsar, putting out dangerous radio waves for millions of light years.
Reverses my magnetism, begins drawing you in.
Oh.
Begins drawing you in.
Do magnets work like that in like space? Like, So obviously, normally, when like asteroids and planets, obviously they have some metal on them. So fucking like magnets like could work on them, but there's a lot of other shit involved. But like if I just have a giant chunk of solid metal and there's a giant thing putting out magnetic shit, is it just gonna pull it in by magnetism alone? I don't know. Am I really bad at science? Almost probably.
Juice.
Juice! Juice!
Your idiot sons need help.
Please!
We left the oven on. We don't know how to turn it off.
It's getting hotter in here. The fire alarm is beeping, but I don't see any fire.
What do you mean just close it?
What do you mean button? I only see dials. Wow, is this just gonna be mostly a stream of me tracing ancient Sumerian? Maybe. I don't know what y'all expected today, but badly tracing ancient Sumerian, by the way. This is, again, to re-emphasize, this is definitely not accurate. I'm just kind of tracing the shapes as I see them on this tablet. You know what? What if we rasterize this, which is a fancy word for making it like part of the CSP file, and then what kind? Oh, go on.
I thought you were just gonna make everything raster from Rifles of Ether.
No, not quite. And then, what if we use the magic wand tool? Nope. Wildly not, apparently. Okay, 50 tolerance, too much. Let's bring that down to a cool 15. Oh, wait. That doesn't look too bad. Yugi boy.
On the scale of funny to bunny, how's it going?
It's good. We're starting to get the fun, so you know, could be worse. Let's see how.
Incredible news.
Oh, this might work. Might also look like doo-doo caca. Give me 1 second. Let's clean this up a bit. Like, I'm not in a rush to necessarily just do a bunch of monster art. Like, it's all kind of the same, you know? But I'm just curious. I'm curious of the different ways we could approach this. So. I was thinking of. Invert. So many menus. This is why it took me so long to do fucking any kind of digital art. There's so many menus. Okay, apparently that wasn't enough. That works. Oh wait. Oh, nope, wrong one. Wrong layer. Stealth, how do you think this pattern looks on the back of this card right now?
A bit busy, if I'm being honest.
I gotcha.
But that could just be me.
Maybe, what if I fade it out so that it's more kind of in line with the actual, you know, color of the card. Do you think that's better or no?
For me, it is. That's all I can really say.
Gotcha. Chat, what do you think? I love how I'm doing this, But you want to know something? When I was thinking about like, okay, what about the back of the cards? What would those look like? I'm like, fucking Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh have gotten that shit so wrong over the years. Everyone saw the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the anime. They're like, man, I love this simple, just kind of oval design, and then none of the cards in real life looks like that for some reason. And then Pokemon is just like graphic PowerPoint presentation Pokeball. Also, let us erase the shit on the inside of the card art, because that would not be there.
The card art, or cart for short.
Oh! See, like, I'm not against just fucking taking the Sumerian alphabet and the Sueniform alphabet and just slapping it on here. But at the same time, I was like, I can do better than that. Like, it's a good, like, it's the first written language, so it's kind of a good enough reason to use it. But, you know, there's definitely better options. I can find something. So that's one reason why I'm like, let me see. Because here's the thing, Stealth. I don't know about you, but I just think the card looks too empty. If it's just the art and text. So I'm trying to add something to the background to make it a little more visually exciting.
Exciting.
Okay. Also, let's get rid of the art that isn't really going to be the actual art. Oh lord. Okay. How do you think this looks as a card template, Stealth? On a scale of funny to bunny?
It's pretty funny.
Really? Really? Oh, Stealth boy. That's just your actual name. Stealth, was Pegasus at all part of what you were thinking of when you made your username? You're like, Stealthy boy.
I honestly no, but I'm glad that it works.
I'm glad that I've managed to fucking managed to get the one up on Pegasus J. Crawford. Yeah, I legitimately really want the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I so often like, man, I really like reading the mangas instead. Everyone's like, no, anime. How could you read readings for nerds? I'm like, valid, but
And they're
also,
right.
yeah, but then fucking, you say that, but then you watch the anime and there's like fucking half an hour of just filler flashbacks reused. I like reused animation, to be clear, but there is a point where it gets too much and it's actually fucking with shit. So, Big Shield Gardner.
You didn't like the dramatic PNG battle in the sky?
No, I'm good.
Good, because I didn't like it either.
I'm glad that shit is filled. Like, so much of that arc was good, and if I am ever just casually watching Yu-Gi-Oh again, I'll probably just skip the last episodes as opposed to the arc. But fucking what the hell? What the hell, guys?
They thought that they needed like an epic final conclusion.
If that was fighting darts. You just fight darts.
Look, I'm on your side.
Fucking Raphael would have done it. I would have been happy if they beat Raphael and then the Pharaoh kills darts with a gun. Like, that would have worked for me.
Mind to crush.
Exactly.
That's a nameless Pharaoh. That's a pistol.
Yeah, and it's about to crush his skull with a bullet. Honestly, I kinda.
I'll be you with the power of friendship in this pistol the Dart Magician girl just gave me.
She would. Yeah, I like this. I like it because since it's essentially me just filling in the shadows of that one tablet, you have it gives it a bit of three-dimensionality. So I'm not saying it's the best the cards could be, but I think for, you know, fucking trying to make a like a Kickstarter or some shit, this will work. I'm not making a Kickstarter, by the way. Honestly, if I end, also I have to redraw this shit I did for several reasons. Part of it being that, like, I upscaled and downscaled it a bit, and that really fucked with it. So I redraw it, make it bigger. It wasn't big enough. Well, the reason I was fucking with it so much was because it wasn't big enough to begin with. So, you know, here it is. But yeah.
Is that blank from it and how you put like the dark timeline?
No, so hey Stalt, do you remember how? Actually, here's the fun thing. I took a screenshot of the specific thing I was thinking of. So I was literally about to say, this whole this whole card game isn't going to be based off fucking ancient Sumeria, but this one card more specifically is, and the whole game as in general is meant to be like, you know, try tapping into my interest with the art of storytelling and stuff like that. So I've themed a lot of all this shit around like, you know, like some of the oldest human writings. In fact, the little scraps of paper here, I used the Dead Sea Scrolls for this. But I looked up. This is a well, it's not a magic card because it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. There's only one type of card really, but it is a magical themed card, and this is like a magic tablet which is based off the clay tablets I was telling you about from olden days.
Elemental hero Clayman.
Elemental villain Clayface. There we go. Michael Jackson in the anime. Stealth, how big of a Michael Jackson fan are you? Tell me now. Say it online. Say it on air.
Not a huge fan.
But is Billie Jean not your lover?
I don't know what that is.
Fucking some Michael Jackson stuff. Is there any sensitive information in this little thing right here? I don't think so. They got a cover level, a thing from Oswald.
Oswald's gun?
Yeah, Oswald. The license for Oswald's gun. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You know, like, I remember seeing someone talk about just like, not J.K. Rowling, Lord, fuck her. Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien. He did a bunch of shit with language in Lord of the Rings because language would interest him enough. That, like, you know, history and narratology, as I'm saying, so that's what I'm putting in here. Up. Stealth, what's your favorite ancient civilization? Stealth, rank cultures for me real quick.
Specifically the Atlantis from the end of...
From Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, from the end of the
okay.
Most recent arc that we watched.
Also, by the way,
It's really dumb.
I was looking on the Shonen Jump app, and they do have Yu-Gi-Oh on there. I didn't even realize that was a Shonen Jump thing. I just thought it was, you know, because there's plenty of famous manga they don't have. But apparently, like, different people wrote the different generations of Yu-Gi-Oh and everything. So, like, Takahashi, he just did OG Yu-Gi-Oh. And that, well, I guess he did it twice because he was like fucking Saw from Saw, and then card games. And then a bunch of different people did GX and 5Ds and everything after that, but who even cares about what comes after that?
Did you know that the GX anime and the GX manga are radically different?
Do you know if the GX manga is good?
I hear that people appreciate it, but generally the anime is held in a higher regard.
Gotcha.
That could be off base, though.
I mean, honestly, I just like a lot of the writing from the anime, and I skimmed through the manga in when I found it on the app to be like, is a lot of this the same? And a lot of it was the same, and I was like, I need this. I want this. So I'm asking for books for Christmas again. I'm a nerd. At some point, before I try doing any like physical merch, like if I manage to make this whole game and maybe play test it with some friends and yada yada yada, before I do any kind of like try and like market it as a card game itself, I would prefer try and make like a RPG, you know, where you don't really, where, you know, a lot of the same mechanics as like Pokemon and classic Final Fantasy, but instead of, you know, doing random RPG battles, you're doing card battles and everything, getting through the stories. So I have a feeling I won't be able to do that in RPG Maker. I don't think they let you really customize the battle system to that degree. So at that point,
right.
I might have to find someone who's like, I know how to make a computer, and I'm like, thank you, computer man.
Why did that sound like the Kinger? Thank you.
What? I don't even know how I said thank you right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Like
I feel like I know what I do. No, I feel like I know what you're talking about now. But Kinger truly is the best Amazing Digital Circus character. And granted, like that's not necessarily I'm trying to say that it's not easy, but I was really close to just saying that's not a hard contest. It is a hard contest. There's lots of different characters loving that show for many reasons, but Kinger's great.
We were watching it with me and Juice were watching it with Magenta the other day. First time he's ever seen it.
Like did you watch all 3 episodes that are out, or just like the one?
The first 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're waiting on 3 until the 3 of us can reunite again.
Gotcha.
But there's a part in episode 1 where I mean, spoilers, I guess, at this point if you hadn't seen it, but it's been out for a while, so. And also,
and if you don't, then just fucking go watch it, because it's good, and you should support independent animation. So, anyway, go on.
There's a part where, like, they split up after the fucking
monster
get released.
The Gloinks, yes.
Yeah. And it's Kinger and Gangle together.
Yeah.
And like we all just came to the realization that's just like, oh, that's Juice and Cahill.
Wait, which one am I and which one is Juice? I'd love to know what the consensus was on this.
Juice is Gangle and you're Kinger for sure.
Did someone point that out as Kinger was doing his fucking hands thing and just jitter? Because that's what I would like that realization to have come.
Oh yeah.
Just the one shot of them, you know, together. the first like shot of them just by themselves, and Ian's just like, oh, that's Juice and Cahill. I'm honored to be considered Kinger. That might be the nicest character reference anyone's ever made for me. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, Amazing Digital Circus is great. I checked out, so I didn't know how much else Glitch had done before that. Apparently they had one other series that actually just wrapped up, Murder Drones, and I checked that out, and it wasn't quite for me. That happens plenty of times with different you know, things people on the internet get attached to. I watch it, I'm like, no, I'm good. But I would argue that, like, in terms of like character design and animation quality, it is still great and probably worth checking out for anyone who might be into that kind of stuff. So, like I said, I'm not exactly trying to endorse a company here, because that would be a dumb thing to do, but still, support indie animation, what have you. And don't be weird about it. Don't harass people online. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? I would love more. This last episode I thought was better than episode 2, but also made me sad for Kane. And then also I want more Bubble. Just generally more Bubble. She's great.
Look,
sounds sticky.
they're getting all the love they're legally allowed to get.
No love I'm legally allowed to give. I also love Bubble being inferred as something in the circus Kane has just very little control over. That's also very good. Why are you like this? I think I said this before, but a big reason, Kane would probably be my favorite character. Like I was singing King of Praises before, and he's up there for sure. He's probably my second favorite. But Kane, I'm partial to. Just, I mean, his character design is great, and then also he's voiced by Alex Rocum, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if I've talked about this before, and that's a guy who did a lot of Spampton voice lines, like as a fan cast kind of thing, and I thought he was really good at it. So to see him in kind of a similar role with a, you know, I'd argue equally well written and designed character makes me very happy. I'm like, yes, this is as close as I'll get to him being like some kind of fucking official Spampton voice. So that works for me. Stealth, have you ever seen the Spampton fucking charity auction or no?
No, I'm not as enthused about that character as you are.
No, that's fine. I would like to show it to you at some point, at least pieces of it, because like I would argue you don't even have to like the character to be like, what the fuck is going on here? So, but no, you're valid. I mean, fucking Toby Fox came out on Twitter before that died and was like, yeah, I didn't think anyone would like Spampton, but I loved him, so he was in the game. I'm glad people like him. So I would not say you're necessarily like an odd case or what have you.
At least not for that reason.
No. No, you're an odd case because fucking I know about the bodies that have been buried over Pokemon Unite, among other reasons.
Look, no, I'm right for that.
Anyway, I know you're a lawyer, but I don't know how a lawyer would defend you in court about it's like, well, he killed someone over a video game, and then like the moment anyone says anything along those lines, you say, no, I was justified. And it's just like, well, the case is over. We can't keep going on like this, obviously.
I can keep my mouth shut for my own benefit.
Monster Hunter is like a drip feed, the kind of way you'll get over Unite, just because like there'll just be moments where usually the monster more than your teammates does something and you explode, and then you're back to stealth again. That's always fun.
Cringe.
They do something cringe. As I saw as you were fighting Mrs. Shara last night. Shara Ishvallah.
Yeah, that was, and really a lot of that was just because of the fact that I was fighting it over and over again, trying to like farm an armor set.
Yeah.
So that was a problem with my own creation.
I did this to myself. Monster Hunter World is innocent. I'll repeat it on stream now. That I think it would be a really cool idea if they were able to start putting arena monsters in maps with the way they're doing Rise and not Rise, Wilds. But we'll see. Let's see what they do with any big returning monsters. Oh, beans. There we go. Honestly, I feel like we still only know very small parts of the roster. Honestly, I know why. I mean, I know World was kind of smaller at the start, but just the way they're kind of making the game look and stuff. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like it's supposed to be like a super big Monster Hunter and stuff like that. Not just in terms of like the release and stuff, but just like there'll be lots to do and everything. So,
I would hope so, because they're creating a very big world, and I hope that there's a lot to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I keep talking about the roster, but like I'm just thinking it's just like we only know 7 large monsters they have so far, including returning ones. So I'm like, you know, I love lots of returning boys, and let me see what else you got in terms of like, you know, in terms of new guys. Fill up lots of them. And also I think there'd be plenty of room for plenty of classic monsters in there, because especially if they're doing a mechanic where it's like these easier monsters, they can show up in packs now, and you have to scare off the smaller ones. Like, you can put a lot of like older monsters in that way, just being like, hey, these might not be that hard, but now fight 10 of them. Stealth, what would you do facing down 10 Kezu? Tell me now.
Use you as a decoy.
No.
And while they're using you for other purposes, I would poison them.
And while unspeakable deeds are happening,
yeah,
I make my escape. Yeah. I'm what was I thinking of? I'm very excited about I believe it's like Chutacabra. Frog boy. He looks great. He's a buff frog man. I'm into that.
Oh my god, this Poliwhirl! Ow!
Ah!
Just gets punched in the throat.
It was Poliwrath! It was Poliwrath!
Yeah.
They look wildly similar. In my defense. Also, by the way, so I've been talking a lot about this like game in terms of mechanics, which is on purpose, because like, you know,
they don't know.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I'm not even necessarily like, there's a part where it's like I don't want anyone to just fucking take the idea before I do anything with it, but also just in general, stuff might change. But I was talking to Stealth before. It's like, hey Stealth, do you think there's any way you could get kind of the practical effects of a dual disc without having it just being a dual disc? And I did think of something, which is that Stealth question. So like, considering that this whole thing would be like high fantasy themed and everything. Hello? What did you?
Why are they getting ripped?
I don't know. Oh, okay. I thought you were referencing something I said, and I was like, I was like, what did you just say to her?
On screen.
That is the Sumerian name for the city of which is one of the oldest cities on Earth. Not that there's anyone living there now, but you know, we know it's there. There are pieces of it there. So anyway, now that the Rim talk is past, well, the unexpected Rim talk. I was gonna say, what was the thing though? Stealth. I talked to you before about like, is there a way to like get a dual disc without having it just fucking be a dual disc? And I was like, and after having that conversation with you, I was thinking about like this whole thing being like high fantasy themed, kind of. I was like, I would want the like quote unquote like Pokemon trainers of this world to look like wizards in any depictions they like, you know, like Final Fantasy Black Mage style wizards. And I was like, what if the dual disc are like big old gauntlets they're wearing, you know? And I'm not me, and I know like the dual disc are already strapped to your wrist and everything, but I mean like straight up just like metallic knight's gauntlets, and one piece of it is just kind of flattened out, so you can put at most you'd need 5 card spaces, so you just go, so most people have enough room on their arm for 5 cards laying side to side, I'd argue. So you just have slightly stylized gauntlet, and then you use that. You think that would work, or do you think people would be like, oh, dual disc, copyright infringement?
Well, I think no matter what you do, people will mentally just be like, this is an analog for a dual disc.
Yeah. But I don't know, because it's not just a case of being like, you know, the practical reason for dual disc, which is just like we want cool duels to happen anywhere. But also, because like, again, with the idea that this would just straight up be like magic and everything, I would want some kind of like, you know, arcane focus, you know what I'm talking about? Like something to quote unquote like give the cards like power or something to work with. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I can always do a little doodle of the wizard and see what people think of it. Whether or not it's too close to any Yu-Gi-Oh shit or not. Because I'm not trying to make any of this necessarily look too much like Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it's a card game so far, so it looks like Yu-Gi-Oh in that way, but because I would argue there's just as much, you know, Pokemon and what have you mixed into this, because I liked both of those as a kid. I was a nerd. I am a nerd.
Oh my god, me too.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, let's kiss. I don't know about that. Fucking, I watch a lot of the fucking Grumps 10-minute power hour from, you know, Game Grumps and shit. And there's like one bit Aaron does in one episode that I like, but obviously it's hard to reference because of what it is. But like they're waiting on like, you know, I don't know if they're doing like cooking or whatever, but they have a timer and they're waiting, right? So there's like a minute left. And they're like, what are we gonna do for a minute? And Aaron's like, I don't know, we could do anything we could get. It's like, no one wanted to see that. We could, but we could. Oh, like, that's funny. Everyone knows it's okay to kiss your friends, but only for a minute. 1 minute per day, kiss the homies.
Also, for them specifically, I'd just be like, do you really think that your fans, at least a certain subset of your fans would not want to see that?
No one would want to see that unless...
Like, it's concerning that they do.
Well, that's what you say for the Patreon. You're like, on the Patreon, we cuss and we also kiss. So, if you want to see that. They're both married men, so probably not, but unless.
Damn, I have not been around the minute Dan got married.
Yes. I don't obviously, like, you know, Aaron's wife, Susie Mortimer, she's done enough public stuff that's like obvious and forward, but I don't think Dan's wife has been like on like a Game Grumps episode or anything like that. I think she's not really around the whole YouTube thing too much herself. Whereas I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Aaron and Susie met online or something, so they were both doing their own internet things. So she was already very much, you know, in that circle. But yeah, Dan's married apparently. Heck, there was even a different 10-minute power hours, like my fucking wedding ring. And I was like, oh. Listen, he is an old man. Never forget. Never forget, everyone forever is old. Except for kids, which no one likes. So, did you watch Kid Next Door as a child?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door rules. I'd still be a K&D agent if they needed me. If anything, I don't like kids in the same way I don't like being around anyone, really. So that says more about me than anything else. It's not that my perspectives on the joy of childhood have changed. It's that fucking I'm just antisocial. Shocking. I do think about that a lot.
I did not know that about you.
You didn't? Oh my gosh. Lord. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't say this on stream yet because it just happened yesterday. But I got the first edited copy of my book back, which is pretty neat. It's probably the only time I'm gonna edit this first book I'm doing, because I mean, one, they're gonna be shorter stories anyway, so it's not like I'm going through a whole thing, and I need a million edits for a 300-page novel. But also, I don't really have the money, and I'm just like, I'll take what you've given me here. You did a great job, and I'll be like, I'll take this. I'll try and fix it up as much as I can, and then we're putting it out. And I hope that does well, because again, no work, only stay at home and be away from people. So. Stealth, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a farmer?
Actually, yes, and then I realized that no, that is not even close to anything that I would want to do ever.
Why is that? Like, what did you picture specifically that made you be like, no?
Just like the fact that it's not like Stardew Valley.
I mean, it could be a little like Stardew Valley, you know. You could make it more like that, so depending. Because here's the thing, right? I don't like working in like the sun a lot, but honestly, I imagine there's only a few types of farming where like you have to constantly be in like a field in the sun and everything. Because there's plenty of different types of farming. There's stuff to do with animals, and then it's just like, well, you're not really necessarily in a field picking up cows and everything. You're probably in a barn plenty, etc., etc. But I definitely don't have the know-how to go through any of that. I've thought about that a lot. Be like, would I at this point in life prefer to have just been an old-timey farmer, making my own, like growing my own food and sustenance and what have you? And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't. Like, if there was an internship for being like, would you like to be a farmer by yourself for a while? I'd be like, I mean, I'll give it a shot. Which isn't to say that farmers have it easy or that's the best life. I've thought about it. I've thought about it in the way that, like, I would argue producing food and what have you is one of the most important jobs in a civilization. And it was not too long ago in history, in the grand scheme of things, where people would just be growing their own food for themselves and be like, wonder what that life is like. I definitely imagine, you know, back before we had plumbing, it was probably worse than now, but if you could do that and have plumbing and the internet, then I don't think farmers in general tend to pick up cows. I mean, you say that, but I feel like I've seen enough videos of I feel like I've seen enough video of farmers just being like, okay, little calf, time to come with me. Just throw it over its shoulder. Also, give me 1 minute. I gotta go tend to some things. I'll be right back.
So, chat, how's the family?
I return. Also, parrot time. Yeah. Two things. I had to go check on dog. This is the last day of me dog sitting. Oh wait, no, I want it. Yeah, there we go. And then also, you ever have that moment where you're like, oh, it's dark out, and I haven't turned on any of the lights in my house, so it's just dark, and my eyes are having a really hard time seeing. Do you ever do that? Because I do that sometimes, and then I have to turn on the lights. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like forgetting basic functions is kind of a normal thing, but what would I know? Not normal functions, apparently. Stealth, do you live in a big farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, Texas?
No.
Have you seen a cow get picked up by a UFO?
Yes.
You have? Oh, when and how?
On TV.
Oh, well, fucking.
On Titans.
You know what? Fucking that's on me. I set the bar too low, clearly. What was I thinking of? Stealth, have you ever walked down into your cornfield and been like, oh my goodness, there's something spooky out here?
In a dream.
Oh, really? That's upsetting.
Yeah.
That sounds like a rough dream.
It was.
Oh,
I
I just
woke up
realized
and moved
something.
For a while.
There's a fucking nightmare I had about my 25th birthday when I was like a little kid. But now my 25th birthday it was like a prophecy shit. But now my 25th birthday is come and gone. That didn't happen. So, and it was kind of a prophecy about me dying. So, I guess that wasn't real.
I'm glad you didn't.
I know. I'm glad I didn't remember that until now, because that would have freaked me out on my birthday.
Oh, that was cool.
Stealth is doing cool shit in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, this rat team was flying away, but I got like the jumping shield bash attack with sword and shield and knocked it back out of the air.
That's fun. So my arm is hurting from this chair I'm currently using for stream right now. I'll be glad to be back in-house office and everything tomorrow night. That's the thing, you know. Yeah, I was playing, as I was just talking about, you know, I got to like past kind of the actual main campaign of Rise today, and I fought a Rajang, and honestly I was much better at knocking the Rajang out of the air this time in this game than I was in Ultimate, but that's also probably because I fought it a lot in Ultimate. So also nothing's gonna beat that one mission in that one like solo mission in Ultimate, trying to fight a Rajang in Snowy Peaks. So even other Generation Ultimate Rajangs didn't hold up to that. That was a freak of nature. I really should have gotten a bottle of water while I was up. Let me finish this line, and then I'm gonna go do that. This will be a much shorter away, I promise. Give me 1 second. You have to look after your body, chat, trust me. told you I'd be away for shorter this time. I return with a vengeance. My vengeance is for pizza.
It does seem like a pizza kind of night.
I had a lot of pizza yesterday. Because they brought in pizza at work, and then I was having my grandparents came over and they brought pizza with them. And honestly, I'm okay with that, because honestly, I can eat a lot of pizza in one. I could eat a whole pie by myself, and in like between those two events, I probably still had under a pie's worth of pizza, so that works. Also, you know, pizza is not the most unhealthy thing for you, depending on how it's prepared. And I wouldn't say I had the healthiest version of either pizza, but yeah, it still. I think I'm okay after going for so long without having a good old slice to binge a bit. Pizza's cool. Thank you, Italy. You gave us pizza. You gave us JoJo's Part 5. We owe you a lot. Stealth, what would you like to thank Italy for? I'm thinking. Give me a moment. Twitch, I promise you, this is an eyeball. It's not the other thing. Stealth, let me ask you, how many holes in the human body can you name?
All 11.
There's 11 holes in the human body?
There are now.
I didn't know that. Also, I forgot. There we go. Like, I thought I'd only need to break one wing to get a ring drop. Pain and suffering. Well, get back to it. You get back there and you show that Valhazak who's boss. Beba.
It's not just Valhazak, it's Black Veil Valhazak too.
I did hear. It is COVID flavored Valhazak. I like Rathalos. I definitely like Rathalos is, I think, better than Rathian. Because Rathian has several very, like, yes, they're obviously wildly similar, but I just think Rathian tends to have the more annoying moveset. Rathalos, I'm down to fuck with it. What's up?
I disagree of it because the tail flip is incredibly predictable and very punishable.
For me, I feel like I have a better time predicting the claw swipes from Rathalos.
Oh, I'm dead opposite. They gets me every time.
I guess the one you like is just the one you're able to predict the most easily. But for me, with Rathalos, I feel like... So, like, with Rathian, I feel like her build-up for the tail swipe is like she kind of, like, takes a second and she, like, readjusts. But then it comes out real quick, right? Like, she doesn't start the tail swipe and you have a moment to get out of the way. If she's tail swiping, then it's already too fucking late for you. But Rathalos, I feel like he'll typically get some distance and then he'll go in for the claw swipes. And what that means is, like, one, if I've done the fight recently, then, like, I'm able to kind of be like, oh, this is where he sets up his claw swipes. But then also, even if I don't see that, I'm able to be like, he's coming in at me, and it looks like the claws are coming out. I better get out of the fucking way before I get poisoned. So. But yeah, I apologize. I like Rathalos better than Rathian. I know, controversial, wildly controversial Monster Hunter take. The mascots, I like one of them. Before you can even react, listen. He's a he's a big guy. He flails around. He's trying to win the fight. Oops, you're poisoned now. I am poisoned now. That's so weird. Okay, I want to make sure my playlist was on repeat. I don't need Nicki Minaj coming in and getting me DMCA'd. Yeah. But trust me, Beba, if I had a version of World that you owned, and then also had any amount of hours in the game to get to where you're at, I'd be able to help you beat that Rathalos so easy. So I hope that helps. Stealth, you know, I don't think I've asked you this. What is your favorite monster that returns a lot? Like, what is your favorite monster that's been in many of the games in the main series?
It's the basic bitch answer, but I like canines, so I think you know.
I do. For me, that's the thing. I'm like, I like Tigrex and Rathalos, and people are like, oh, those guys, and then people are like, I like Zinogre, and I'm like, he causes me pain. Zinogre causes me pain in several ways.
I also like Rajang. Like,
that's fair. Like, Rajan, I think, is tough, and he also caused me pain, but he's typically, like, you know, a late game boss that's meant to be super tough. So yeah. So I can't really be too mad at him. It's like, I'd be like the fucking people with the Elden Ring DLC. It's like, oh my goodness, the hard boss. It's hard. It's like, yes, and no, that's it. I'm upset about this.
I don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah, exactly. I will admit, I think the DLC boss at the end of Elden Ring was a little disappointing for other reasons, more to do with their second phase than anything else. But other than that, I had a good time with it. So. Stealth, we'll get back to Monster Hunter, but let me ask you something real quick. Thoughts on Mimic Tier? Question mark. Not whether or not you should use it, just general thoughts on Mimic Tier.
You mean like...
You like him?
What you're looking for?
You like that guy?
I mean, he's me, so no.
You know what? That's the most valid reason not to like Mimic Tier. Congratulations. Stealth, you found the right answer. Congratulations. I like you though, so I do think it's a neat mechanic. I almost wish
someone has to statistically.
What was the thinking of? Well, a lot of people do practically. I almost wish that like Elden Ring, like, you know, because Ronnie gives you the Spirit Ashes and summons. I almost wish you could just start out with Mimic Tier, like your Pokemon, where it's like, yeah, one of the main mechanics of Elden Ring is you summon a second you, and that's pretty cool. Like, that's just a cool mechanic, and honestly, I almost feel bad how optional it is. Like, you know, plenty of people can miss Mimic Tier. They're like, it's such a cool idea. Get with it.
And instead of leveling up like your normal means, there's like a different progression level up kind of situation for it.
What do you mean?
Like spirit tuning, you wouldn't use normal spirit tuning. It'd just be like a progression based thing because it's literally you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're saying if it was more central to actual Elden Ring and everything. I absolutely agree with that. Because, like, that's like a cool Elden Ring boss, right? Like, one that, like, splits off and then there's two of them facing you. Like, I'd be down for that. But instead, that's you as the boss. And, like, honestly, I feel like not a lot of people talk about how cool it is. They're usually just talking about how it makes the game easier. So.
Which it does.
It does.
That's true.
But fucking, if you wanted a hard game, then just don't pick up a weapon and fight it with your fist. Then you can use Mimic Tier and it'll still suck, so.
Like, the thing about this is you can make the game however hard you want to.
Exactly.
And also don't hold people to the standards that you make.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I tend not to use magic because I don't like the idea of just like, well, I'm at the end of the game, so I set down an explosion and the boss is dead. And I'm not saying that makes the whole game easier. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's how some bosses become when you get mad. What the fuck is this? What are you? Okay. Anyway, I just know that sometimes how magic goes, and I like to engage with any boss on like close up means normally. But again, it is just a way to play the game, and if it's the most fun to you, then who cares? We're not measuring weenies here. Oh my lord. Hey Mac, I'd love it if you be normal for once.
I don't know if it's down for that.
It better get down for it before I throw it down a flight of stairs. I can't do that. All my work's on here.
Yeah, it's your dog.
Stealth, can I ask you something? This is not... I would like to couch this. This is not me asking for validation. Do you think I will sell 5 copies of my book?
Probably yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll buy one. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kinger. So statistically...
You said Kinger,
I did.
by the way.
Fucking Kingfisher, can your nickname be Kinger? I do see that as a compliment. If I can put it on a shelf, it's gonna be on digital, so I guess Kingfisher is not buying a copy of it. Fuck no. Oh, damn it.
Okay, so we're just going to ignore the fact that it very, very openly Cahill was, like, we compared Cahill to Kinger during this.
Although maybe in the light of the new episode during October, so only when Halloween is around for that episode of Digital Circuit, I can accept that.
Only in the dark.
Yeah, understandable. You know what? Understandable. Have a good day. This isn't Kingfisher. I was saying that following me being like, Kinger is one of the best characters in that show, because he is. But anyway, so statistically, with kind of how I'm planning things right now, I would need to sell 150 copies of my book to make up for the cost accrued making it, and then, you know, double that to make the next one. So I guess we'll see. Definitely not impossible when you're using the internet specifically, but well, everything depends.
And these are physical copies?
No,
or
this
digital?
is digital.
Okay.
On like Kindle, Gumroad, and Apple Books. I need to look more into Gumroad. I keep saying that, and I don't even know if that's a good idea, but I've seen a lot of people put out like their own personal comics and, you know, literally other art books out that way. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that seems a good idea. So, like, I tend not to have a lot of luck on the internet, but who knows? Maybe if I just fucking be like, there's smut in this book, there isn't, but you know, I'll lie. Then I can, then that'll get enough people to pick it up. Ha, you wanted porn, but instead it's halfway decent writing. Ugh. Welcome back, my meowing milkmaids.
Never call us that again.
Never call us any. Have you seen episode 3 or no?
Oh yeah, I have.
Okay, good. Yeah, wasn't when like that first came out, me and Juice were tisming at each other with it, and then you were like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" And we were like, "This," and now you're just like, Digital Circus, my beloved, my beloved."
Yeah, that's exactly the sequence of events that happened.
I wouldn't even go so far for you to be like my beloved, but you did name a Nidoking after Kinger, so.
And I do love Nidokings.
Nidokings are pretty great. Pedro will probably pick up a copy or 3. Listen, if we sell enough of this book, I might put smut in there somewhere, but Lord knows enough like fucking. This is gonna sound weird to say this, but Lord knows enough like kid shows creators have been doing that between fucking Gravity Falls, She-Ra, and Steven Universe. So
wait, what?
What's up?
The first one has me concerned the most.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah. What?
I forget if it. Okay, well, first off, fucking, there is a dating sim for the Grunkles, and I think I don't know if it's I don't know if that's official, from like Alex himself, or speaking of official stuff though, he did make the Book of Bill, which is basically just shipping Ford and Stan and everything. Ford and not Ford and Stan, Ford and Bill and everything. But anyway, I do think Alex Hurst has played the Grunkle dating sim. At least, whether or not it's official. And then I don't know if this is official or not, but like fucking, there's something about a drawing where Grunkle Stan was just hanging ball sack out his boxers. So, and here's the thing, I saw the picture, it's not as bad as you think, especially when so many people were like, oh my goodness. But the picture I saw of it was like it up on a projector screen, which is why I was like, is this official? Who drew this? Why is this? Never dive into weird art on the internet. That'll go badly real quick, but I can think. All I'm going to say is that for the Gravity Falls part, fucking Alex knows that people find the Grunkles hot, and he has embraced it at different points, so that counts. If you've accidentally created DILFs and then start to purposefully, you know, market them that way, then... Oh. Anyway, yeah. You know what's something so weird? I was thinking about Alex the other day, the guy from my book, and I've been like, who would Alex date? And I'm starting to think Alex might just be Ace, honestly. I really can't see him with anyone. I think he's like, I love my friends. I don't care for people's bodies. I do not have attraction in that way. Which honestly, we always need more good Ace representation, so. We always need more Ace from One Piece. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. I so hate to tell everyone. What's up?
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh no, is he okay? Is he hurt? What about Padme? Is she alright? I'm afraid she started watching One Piece. No! Stealth, how many biological children do you have?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I plan to keep it that way.
I love that you're like, that I'm aware of. You're like, I know what you're about to fucking do, so. Really quick, let me just step in front of this. Okay. I'm just gonna, here's the thing, right? Remember when Stealth was like, this is too busy? He has no idea, because this fucking monster art about to have Sumerian writing all over it. Pattern stamped into rock. Stealth, do you know about the Rosetta Stone?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
It's alright.
You don't care for ancient translations?
Yeah, especially.
Stealth prefers subbed over dubbed, so doesn't care for full-on translation. Stealth, I want you to know something. You know,
good luck getting me to know something.
Okay, well, go with me real quick. Have you heard of Dan Dun Dun?
I've seen it on the front page of Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I've been like, man, I should get into that. And meanwhile, I'm about to just be like, no, I should read the Yu-Gi-Oh manga instead. So, and I blame you for that. So.
Thank you.
Because to be clear, like, it's not necessarily one or the other. Like, obviously I can just do both at some point, but like they are both as easily accessible. They're on the same fucking app. So I would have to actively choose, like, no, I'm not going to read this right now. Instead, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fucking insane. It's amazing and it's weird and I love it. Well, Kingfisher, I could say the same about Yu-Gi-Oh! So we've really come to an impasse, haven't we? What to do about this? I think I should read Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaiba boy, I die in this one. Rather than the... Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hey, so far it's... Anime adaptation looks great. Do not get me wrong. I feel like Kingfisher, the only reason I talk so much about manga specifically is because I was talking about this last night as we were going through some of the least good filler of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like people can when you're making a comic, it's one guy, and one guy can mess up for sure, but it's way more likely that a dozen people working on a show, one or two of them are gonna mess up and make something happen. You're more likely to run into problems in the bigger production than the smaller one. So I tend to go to manga just to be like, instead of risking the adaptation painting my color of this piece of media, allow me to go to what it is being adapted from. Because I mean, you know, it's definitely one thing with American shit. Like, I tried reading Jaws. I don't think the Jaws book is nearly as good as the movie. But like, you know, like that, plenty of Western media can change a lot from original to adaptation. But more so in like anime, in that space, they tend to be way more direct, except when you have to get to like filler or what have you. So with that in mind, I can't keep anything in my mind unless it's dark outside. Have you seen the art of Buff Kinger stealth or no?
No.
It's fucking Kinger, basically, with Kinger traced over a Baki picture, so that's pretty fun. Also, I can't believe I haven't mentioned, but I do have a book right next to me that I got when I was ordering Oswald's food one day, and it is, what was I thinking of? It's a Yu-Gi-Oh book. That has all the original cards from the series in it. It's pretty neat. Honestly, I was looking for a database like it at one point, so it works out. We love it when a flan comes together.
Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy? Steph, have you played a lot of Kingdom Hearts or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally all the games.
Do you remember the Flans in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
What was up with those guys?
I mean, they're Fantasy Flan.
You know, Flan. Like Flan? Like Flan does?
Fantasy Flan.
I do like them.
Do you remember the Cowardly Dog episode that was Flan-centric?
Fucking, I should watch, as much as I talk about watching more Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit, I should watch more Courage the Cowardly Dog because it's been too long. I do remember the Flan episode though. Because isn't it like someone trying to sell them Flan and shit? And then Courage is like,
as he often does.
Fucking love Courage. I love Courage the way he...
The things I do for love.
The things I think I do a legitimately good impression of that part. And I love doing that impression. Oh, the things I do for love.
It's pretty good.
I don't know how to do his laugh though. His laugh is real weird and wheezy, so it's like Muriel. Does he ever say Eustace in that show or no?
Not that I can recall.
It just goes Muriel. Muppet Treasure Island should be near the top. That is fair. But fucking, I can't. I guess I'm gonna have to be a bit of a long John Silver myself, huh? Because I'm definitely not signing up for Disney Plus now. So. Oh, things I do for love. Stealth, what things do you do for love? Have you killed a man? I'm not hearing a no. We could always do that, Paula. I wouldn't mind. I keep talking about watch nights because lots of people are like, watch night, and I'm like, oh. This is not really working out the way I want it to. I'm trying to think. Okay. If anything, I think maybe what I should do is I should just have it like here. A big version of that right here. Yeah. Fucking, I don't want to be like, I never have time. I do have time. It just tends to get filled up quickly. So then I don't even think about doing any Discord plans. We should at some point, but we'll see what those will be. For his shoes as we speak. Let's see. Oh, he's there. I can account for Stealth's alibi. Sure, he might just be in a Discord call, but we'll call that an alibi for now. Stealth! Kill the man!
Pizza has been ordered.
Oh, that makes sense. You killed a man for pizza?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, same. I would do the same. And heck, I just had some, so tells you how good pizza
Also,
is.
do not ask where I got these tap shoes.
That's a private matter.
Yeah.
Not for your ears. I'm sorry, little one.
I'm not.
Stealth, who's your Discord kitten? Are you sure you want to answer?
That is a very loaded question.
Imagine if I tried to ask someone that on the street, I would get killed.
Yeah, my first thought was shoot you.
First thought was, where's Oswald with his gun? When you need him. Discord kitten. I wonder if the voice actor for Courage had like a formula for that, because I remember, you know, Porky Pig, like his voice actor had like a specific method of doing. I know Mr. Pig. This voice actor had a certain way of doing like up da da da. Son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a gun. You thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh! Oh my lord. I don't know why that's an option. I'd like you to hide all of the UI, please. I think that's the best way to experience any program. Stealth, have you seen Tron?
Long time ago.
Oh. What do you remember from it?
Blue.
You know what? That's pretty accurate. Congratulations on passing my Tron test, Stealth. You win $5.
Will I ever see that $5?
I mean, fucking, if you want me to fucking Venmo you over this bit, sure, why not, I guess. What was it? Okay.
I will instead place a $5 token on the field.
You just place a crisp $5 bill into a dual disc. There we go. I should do art. I want to do art of the Transformers, but I also want to do art of Exodia. Fucking love Exodia. I do love, because I love how Ian was joining us last night for the worst episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! So far. I hope they don't get worse for several reasons, but he did point out, it's like, wait, where's Exodia? And you were like, someone threw it away. And he was like, does it come back? And you're like, no. It's like, so they just plugged it once, and now it's gone? Yes.
Correct.
And you want to know something? I still like him, so worked on me. I feel like I have a particular soft spot for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Because, man, after that earlier phase of my life, everything just went downhill. So.
Yeah, but, I mean, I understand that.
Do you ever really reach the highs of watching, like, the OG Pokemon movies and everything as a child? I don't think so. And anyone who says they have was not having the best childhood, so. My mother did not let me watch the Pokemon. Instead, we ate our wheat oats in silence around the table.
There was no joy, no happiness, saying it was expressly forbidden.
God, that's so weird.
We got
Nice
1 hour of radio at night
Yeah.
for the news.
During which we heard about the Blitz in Britain. I don't know how she was getting 1940s news. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but the plant teacher from Harry Potter, I don't know her name. And I don't know the character's name, and I don't know the actress's name. And I definitely don't care about the character's name. But she came forward and she was like, people need to get over Harry Potter. They're kids' books. And I'm like, on one hand, you're right because it's Harry Potter, but on the other hand, people can be into whatever they're into, you know? They really like this part of their childhood, and they like to embrace that going into the future. That's fine, as long as you know it's healthy. Harry Potter's just a special case in this particular field. But, you know. Mother said opening one's lips to say she loved us will let the devil in. Lord, I should see if I have a CRT. I should see if I can track down any Pokemon VHSs. I have a SpongeBob VHS. That's pretty good. Sometimes Mother would take us out in the minivan so that we could watch Blockbuster close from a distance.
They do the work of Satan and their children.
Never go in during the day. Fucking, this kid's name is Jeremiah, and I know that for a fact. I don't know what their siblings would be named, but like the character, this child's name is Jeremiah.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and fucking Hubert. I once saw an emptied can of Gatorade when we went on one of our nature walks with Mother. She quickly threw it out of sight, saying that we were never to lay eyes on such a colorful object ever again. Got one I'd unironically send. I mean, I appreciate that offer, me, but pretty sure that would include giving away my home address. So we're not doing that. But fucking... Honestly, it not to just collect shit, but it would be kind of a cool... I don't know. I was gonna be like, it'd be a cool idea if I had a P.O. box. So people who are like, I have this old, like, VHS or, you know, game that I'm not doing anything with anymore, so you have it. And I'd be like, sick, I love collecting these things and putting them on shelves. But, one, I'm not just trying to take people's shit. Two, I definitely don't have, like, the room or facilities for that right now. And, like, three, am I really the right person to be, like, preserving that stuff to the point that people, you know, are just giving it to me for free? So it's a lot of questions to ask. All right. I'm trying to think. Maybe we could move this art up and have it sitting on like a pedestal. Oh yeah, me. Working on card game hour. I added these little marks in the background because I keep talking about, like, I'm kind of tearing this, connecting this to my love for, like, storytelling and stuff. So this is from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And then I was making this one card, which is also similarly a clay tablet from ancient civilizations. And I'm just thinking of ways to make it interesting looking. Thanks. I like history and story structure. Mother said we always had to structure our fun properly. We were to give her a specific schedule that we were not allowed to deviate from. We giggled out of a line and a rap about the knuckles. Now you go.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I was reading Beats one. I want to hear yours now.
Mother was never a big fan of the phrase "nothing ventured, nothing gained." For what is to be gained with the providence of the Lord?
Lord, I was trying to keep it from being religious. Mother said the only friends we needed were Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. To know our fellow men would only invite sin into to our lives. There, we did it. Okay, is everyone happy now? No? Great.
Oh, Viva's happy.
Yes. Yes, I am happy. Ha 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 ha. I love it when he does religious jokes.
Stop doing that. Mother would not be pleased.
Don't laugh, she'll hear you.
Jeremiah, it's okay. She's been dead for 10 years.
But she said, she said eternal life awaited her. She said she would return stronger than ever. Jeremiah, that was Star Wars. We watched that last week.
My order is being quality checked.
Oh, your fucking pizza?
Yeah. What do you mean my fucking pizza? Why do you sound so mad about it?
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of, because I was about to be like, I would love it if you were like, yeah, it's being quality checked, and then it was like, failed, and you're like, what? What does that mean?
It means I'm not going to that Domino's anymore.
They send you a video of the pizza being summarily burned. Trying to think. Stealth, do you know if there's anything I could add to this that would help the kind of tablet get kind of like a... I could add a little, like... I could add little ghost flames around it, couldn't I? Like a little wisp and everything. That might be good.
It's supposed to be a cultish, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see magical law of your, to be clear, this will I'll give a little thing. So there's going to be 2 alignments in the game. You have good cards and evil cards. This is a good card, but good doesn't necessarily mean not creepy. So negate the effects of cards placed in your opponent's Act 1 and 2 column. Ancient Ur was one of the first cities. It lives on through written records. So there you go. You know, maybe we just color it. Because I feel like one of my problems with the last one was that, you know, the tablet itself was not taking up enough room. So... this might help. Dum 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 dum. You know what? Let me look at my Yu-Gi-Oh art book. Obviously, I'm not just trying to be Takahashi. I'm more than okay doing some art on my own. I'm just getting an idea for like a... I feel like one of the reasons I've always come back to Yu-Gi-Oh is that the art in the cards tended to be like a little unnerving, unsettling, weird aesthetics. So, with that in mind, I just want to look at some of the color palettes. Mother said the only colors we were allowed to see were beige and gray. Stealth Cyber Jar.
Was that the appropriate level of fear?
Were you rattling behind your microphone, I guess?
Oh, did the scream not come through?
No, I did not hear a scream. Did you peek your fucking microphone doing a scream?
I think I did.
That's fun. All I heard was like something bumping against the microphone, so...
Oh.
That's fun. We have fun here. Exodia, the Forbidden One!
Mother also forbid Exodia. That's why Exodia is the forbidden one, by the way. Mother forbid it.
But then I defeated Mother by assembling all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Exodia! Obliterate! Yeah. I feel like I've talked about this on stream, but I'll say it again. I made an Exodia deck, and I've had a lot of fun with it, so... Exodia might be my spirit dual monster, which I don't know what that says about me.
Mother explodes into a Gozaboro cloud.
Oh my lord. Yeah, that was a different thing of filler. For anyone who knows about fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, there was the pain moment. No, the fury. There was the fury moment at the end of one of the arcs for some reason. No one could really say why, but
I can. It was funny.
Funny. Fury. So, have you played Metal Gear Solid 3?
No.
It's a good game. It might be one of the best games ever, unironically. Even if you're like, I don't like Hideo Kojima's writing. Guess what? You don't have to. The game itself is real good. I don't like reading. Alright, I play a game where I have to read text on the screen. It sounds like a reading to me. You know what? How about first we work on the background? Because that might help. You know what else might help? I think we're gonna do some fucking shenanigans right now. Oh, beans. Okay. Okay.
Food will be here soon.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you.
It was fun hanging out. I wish you best of luck with card game.
I appreciate. Have good food stuff. For me, have good food.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Never for mother.
Oh, okay. Never mother.
May she rest in pain.
She burn in hell. Just very resentful, conservatively raised children. Everyone's wildly, all their friends are wildly concerned about them, even though they never dare speak of what actually happened. They only give the slightest hints. Oop. And I love I'm about to be like, I love looking at my phone and just seeing notifications from apps that, you know, aren't messages from people, but that's sad. Let's be sad. You know what? Yeah, dark as possible. And then we bring it back up like a sky blue. But we'll kind of do like a gradient with that. We do love gradients around here. We do love fucking what's the we all know the oh lord. Is it Gradius? Is that the shmup game? I'm unclear. I haven't played it. Honestly, that's another thing I just know from Game Grumps. I'm being honest, because they played it one time. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good. And then you know what? What if for more of the background, we take a purple and we do like some kind of ghostly flames around here. Man, I kind of hope Stealth isn't listening to this because I'm about to say something. I miss Stealth. I was having a good time with my friend. I'm glad he's eating. Like, he needs to go get food, obviously. But friendship. I do always look... I'm glad that at this point, at least one of me and my friends have kind of a weekly hangout situation where we do stuff, because... Granted, I don't really like filling up my schedule too much, but it is something I much look forward to towards the end of the week, so... Hello? Wait, what about this one? That's weird. I don't think it should be coming off as brighter, but it is. Darkest purple. Evil purple. Let me actually get rid of that real quick. I love a good evil purple color. It's one of my favorites. As a child, evil purple was always one of my favorite shades of Crayola. Yeah, I'm kind of curious, because obviously in the manga, even like just skimming through it, the card art is just like black and white, so there's, you know, plenty of line art of the monsters and they're recognizable. But so much of the proper Yu-Gi-Oh cards themselves include gradients in the background and what have you. Makes me curious kind of how they did that, and what techniques were used in coloring these. And sure, you know, some of these are not exactly... I'm just looking at some wild ones. So some of these definitely aren't drawn like the Mona Lisa or what have you, but... they're pretty... I have a fondness for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like... I'm trying to I feel like I'm trying to drive home. I in no way want to like copy Yu-Gi-Oh. I just want to make something that gives me a similar feeling to it. So purple. Okay. And then I'm kind of curious about like what kind of... This obviously needs to be that rock color. Rock color. I mean, could we make it a vibrant green? Like, what would this look like if we just were like, no, you know what? Actually, let me see. Let's go to everyone's favorite band card. Where's Pot of Greed in here? Give me the actual forbidden card. You know you want to. RRP. There it is. I got kind of a... When you want a darker green, you gotta get a bit closer to what's it called? To blue. Nope. If I want this to be green, it's gotta be darker. No, it was a neat experiment, but I don't think so. It's really not giving... It's not giving enough of that rocky vibe. And obviously that's just the base color, but still. You know, like I said, neat idea, drawing from the inspiration, etc., etc. But Nope, that's way too bright. Yeah, we want... I love how I'm like doing a bunch of little color adjustments on the side, but that is not the window I'm capturing, so no one sees it. Okay, yeah, this might work. Let me do this real quick. Like, not, no, 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 no. Don't. Okay, not that one. This, there we go. There we go. Nope. Gotta be darker. Darker for the shadows. Sorry, Jimbo. I'm sending your ass to the shadow realm. Oh, dog noises. Pupper noises in the background. We won't be here tomorrow, chat, so don't get too don't name the dog. Don't name the dog. That's someone else's dog. So you can't name it to begin with, and also I don't want you getting too attached. I'm gonna name him Courage. Dog theft. Courage reporting his own kidnapping. They hit the Pentagon. Muriel. Nah. Trying to make this only like a shade darker. So weird seeing like the you know, just changing the numbers a bit on the on the little color slider, and just seeing how wild an effect that can make. Honestly, I like this better than the card I had before. Like the old version of essentially the same art was definitely not as good. So, improvements. What do you guys think so far? Is this how's this card looking? I'm just trying to clean up some of these little edges. I might try my hand at a different background again. Who knows? Maybe we could also get do a little overlay. Make the background just a little darker, so some of these flame effects are a bit more subtle. What have you? Oh, I see. I just realized the page I have open to my Yu-Gi-Oh! Art book also has polymerization on it. That has some cool art. Not just the default one. We have alternative. Alternative arts. Oh. Would y'all live in Courage's house? Like, in a world where all that stuff isn't necessarily happening, and it's more kind of, you know, just a house in that kind of location, would you take that? Oh no, the desert's not really my thing. I feel like that's the biggest detractor for me. And I know they live in the middle of nowhere, but they do go to places at points. So clearly it's only so far from like some kind of civilization. Hello, Gue? Are you in Japan? Is it okay, Gue, do me a favor. Quickly, go to wherever they keep the original Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Steal them, give them to me. Sell them as my own. We already got all the art done. I am in Japan. Heck yeah. That's super cool. Let me know if you find Courage the Cowardly Dog's house there. I don't think it was in Japan, but they do, like I said, they don't really give a place. Sure, I'll go commit a crime. Yeah, crimes are fun. Okay, wait, let me talk about this. I was thinking about this yesterday, right? Okay, so I'm a citizen of America, right? America, the greatest nation in the world. We have to pay out our ass for healthcare, okay? If I go to another country and get hurt doing something stupid, do I pay out of pocket for the medical services there, even if they have universal health care? You know? Because I'm not a citizen of the country. So are they just like, no, all healthcare is free here. We don't care. Get out of here. We just want you out of the country, frankly. You did some stupid shit. Just think about that. Because I was thinking, I was like, anyone visiting America is probably like, man, I can't get hurt here. They'll run me for my money's worth. Like, don't get... Still think it's cheaper, probably. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I mean, I keep complaining about my job recently, so you know I don't like working in the healthcare system. Without that achievement, I don't think... I mean, unless it's a game I was playing... Paula, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how much help I'll be. I'm not very good tech support. Someone at work was semi-related here. Someone at work was asking, like, did you get Sparking Zero? And I was like, no. Fucking, I'm still having a trouble with, like, very basic, down, like, regular, considered, like, you know, rock standard fighting games. So, like, a 3D arena fighter for Dragon Ball. Well, I'm sure it may be fun. I don't know. I got plenty of a backlog already to do without it. Yeah, if you want to post it in the games channel, my Discord, feel free. Who am I to stunt your achievements? You're a wonderful thing. Yeah. That's actually, here's the thing, right? Nasal, just go away. I would love it if Bebo was also got invaded by a basil juice as this track happens. Also, this color does not look good for this. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, some of the Yu-Gi-Oh art is shit, right? But legitimately, you don't realize, like, wow, they did actually manage to do some interesting color shit here Until you're trying to do some color shit and it's being weird. We give it much context. Well, I still think, I don't know. I think Discord would probably be the best place for it. IMO. If that's alright with you, Paula. What was I thinking of? Color's hard. Kingfisher, I'm assuming you're saying I'm exhausted, which, I mean, if anything, typos do just help accentuate that, so. Okay. Yes. I hope you are very not exhausted soon. Yeah, I know it might shock everyone to hear, but I don't typically work in color. And shit's hard. Honestly, no joke, I feel like the big reason I don't work in color is because to a degree, it's like, where does it end? You know? Like, if I just like let myself go, and I'm like, no, what I want this to look like is a photorealistic picture, then I'll just never stop mixing and doing shit. So most of the times I just like doing line art. It's like, I know what I'm going for here. Easy as pie. Don't have to worry about a million things. Slippery slope. Keep the rest in black and white. Are you the cover of like the card game? It wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't know. I Kingfisher right now is like the devil on my shoulder, being like, just do it in black and white. You fool. Listen to me. And I'm just like, maybe. I don't know, I'm still kind of going for this one vibe. So we're giving it a shot. Gonna give it a shot. I need to stop doing it. I don't know the lyrics. Give it all that I got. La di da di da, la di da. This doesn't match the song at all. La di da di da, la di da di di. Suddenly I lose my hand and I fly up to the moon. Magical hats. Yeah, magical hats. Got magical hats in the book. Yeah. Well, there's like, I don't know if it's like cell coloring. I don't know what's it called, but where you like, as opposed to like shading, like if like, you just kind of do like, oh no, it's like just blam. Like, you know, this isn't mixed, but like if like it was just like this, you could tell that's the bright side and this is the dark side, but also not what I'm going for. So I'm giving it a shot. I almost started singing again. Ladies and gentlemen, Chesto Bongo. Redeem, I don't have parrot bomb points. What was I thinking of? Well, I will give you a congratulations, Kingfisher. What was I thinking of? I would, if someone else wants to give you parrot bomb, that would be very nice, but like if we're talking about slippery slopes, if I just bring parrot bomb out anytime someone's like occasion, then I've set a trap for myself. The super president. Oh my goodness. Oh, Paul is a hero. Paul is a national. I have to stop what I'm doing because Paul is a national hero. Shout out to Paula. There we go. Many parrots. Paula, did you know that you are officially a national hero? You can choose which nation that applies to. That's not my. I don't have the authority for that, but I can just call you a national hero. So, one free national hero coupon. Take it. Go with God. Oh yeah, I've had a Tetranodon parrot for a minute now. I need to get. Oh my lord! You know, I feel like I was talking about like, oh my goodness, I'd love to get more of X, Y, or Z earlier in this stream. Fucking, I'd love to get from Monster Hunter specifically, like the Tetranodon plushie and the Kazoo plushie, because honestly, they both look amazing. But then also, Digital Circus. We were talking about that with Stealth, right? And they released. So I have a Mickey Mouse plushie, which is very good. It's a don't let your rat judgment cloud your eyes here. This is, you gotta hear me out on this Mickey Mouse plushie. It's very good. I think they're called like Sleepies or whatever. It's a whole brand, but all of them are good. And I love the fucking. And I love the Mickey one, so I got it, and I have it, and it's great. But they made basically a Pomni version for the Amazing Digital Circus. It's $50, and like that is just on like if it was any cheap. This is not a pressure, by the way. Do not reverse psychology. Either I get it or I don't. I don't care. But it's like $50 is right on the line of like. I should be saving money, but also maybe big Pomni plush. I mean, they should fucking. If you haven't seen, it's because sometimes I watch the. It's not really a commercial; it's just their announcement of like, "Hey, we're doing a full series now. Thank you." But like they talk about the merch they're putting out, and one of them's the vinyl. Their vinyl cover looks so cool. They kind of took that, 90s computer, I Spy kind of aesthetic, and they do amazing things with it, unironically. That show looks great. So, your last step was, yeah. Amazing Digital Circus, unironically good. No amount of internet shit can take away from that, so... I mean, fucking, they put it on Netflix, so... And yeah, Netflix is kind of shit, right? But... usually you have to have money to put your bad shit on there. You can't just be a indie animation team from YouTube. So... Fucking, if you're not DreamWorks and The Boss Baby... And I should get Astrobot at some point too, Kingfisher. I feel like my problem is, oh my lord. Why do people with legitimately cool names come in here and end up being bots? Fucking go to the cemetery, more like it. I cannot believe this. But yeah. So, you know what I just realized? What if I filter, blur? See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, right? I realize I have even more options for like for this for how I make these. So I just immediately took it. No, that's not really as good. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I really just think making it darker might be the best course of action. But yeah. Yeah, I want big Pomni plush. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Listen, again, this is not about to be any kind of reverse psychology. I'd love to be like making a solid living off of streaming. But like, I haven't gotten a paycheck from Twitch in a minute, so with that in mind, I'm not about to be like, you know, oh, who cares, money, you know, I can spend as much as I want. I try to be smart, especially since I'd love to move out one day, and etc. etc. Like, even if I am successful with online stuff, you can't just waste. I know that's a trap some people online have fallen into. You can't just start making shit off of like YouTube or what have you, and then spend all the money. It's a very not a great plan. So I'll probably save for now, but at some point I'll probably go back onto the digital circus shop and be like, Pomni plush still there? Can I get it? Just next paycheck, you know. I mean, I get paid from work soon, so legitimately, if I actually want it, I'll get it. I'll get it. Pomni is also great character design. The shit like, and also honestly taking decently good advantage of like 3D animation and the way that tends to work, because like, you know, obviously you have the stuff in Digital Circus that is like very clearly like, you know, this is inspired by like early computer shit, but specifically with Pomni, her eyes and shit, that's just great. You wouldn't really be, it would be wildly impractical to do that with a 2D character, with a hand-drawn character. You'd need a few tricks up your sleeve in order to get that like kind of tri-color whatever thing she's got going on in a more traditionally animated character. And I love it. I definitely feel like I've talked about it before, but kind of like with Pixar and everything, there's been plenty of times where I'd be like, man, the concept art looks better than the movie, because I feel like a lot of Pixar films tend to have like simple stylized concept art, and I like the way it looks a lot. And then obviously the movie isn't that, because they have 3D models. And I don't know, it's just a whole thing. No, it's bright, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what they did in the late Super Nintendo era, and honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of that effect at first, but it has grown on me. 2D rendered 3D sprites. I'd love a sprite cranberry, actually. Are pretty neat. I mean, it does also help my, you know, does help rose tinted glasses. That technology, that technique and everything has kind of been left behind, and as such, honestly, I might try adding some stuff, but I do genuinely like the way this looks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, you know, it's not the most complicated thing, but at the end of the day, with a card game, you don't necessarily want every, I mean, I say you don't, but fucking, there's plenty of people and plenty of card games who love making hyper complex images. So you can have like works of, like, you know, hyper complicated works of Mona Lisa shit out in your card game. Sometimes you also just want a a more simple look. And then you kind of let the collected imagery of all the cards put together make something. They become a bigger piece of art that way. You know, as opposed to one hyper detailed piece, you have just several pieces that have some care put into them. You know what else I might try? Let's see if some impact lines would look good on this. Oh, no, beans. My whole selection shit was off. We do like impact lines around here is the thing. Maybe. I don't think that was a bad idea. But we do gotta change the look of the lines. I'm thinking. Now that, honestly, kind of like a subtle, oh, my bad. Kind of like a far more subtle version where you just have the impact lines coming in from just off screen. That I can get with. All right, you know what? I think I'm feeling this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So this will be the color, and then what we do with here is, I always like doing this effect to help kind of, what was I thinking of? I don't know, I think this effect gives it a bit of realism, a bit of a shortcut. There we go. And then you know what? I mean... Oh, nope, not that one. Honestly, smaller. I would like the outside edges to still be a bit brilliant. Actually, I forgot something. I want to add some little like flecks, you know? Little details on the different parts here. Also, I am just kind of scrolling through my fucking Yu-Gi-Oh book as I'm doing this. Like, I would say not per se. Like, I'm not just taking stuff from here. I'm just kind of looking through random cards and everything. It's kind of addicting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looking at these weird things. I'm very into it. Okay. No. Nope. Oh wait, would it... Do I just want like that? Nope, 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 nope. Actually. Oh, that actually. Using it for highlights in the shadows is much better, actually. Look at me learning how to do art. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that this old horse could learn new tricks? It's almost inspirational, I tell ya. Almost. If I wasn't so stupid, it'd be inspirational. Okay. And then you want to know something? I think with this, the effect I'm kind of going for will that'll help it look better. So then select filter, blur, Gaussian blur. How about we actually up it to 8? There we go. And then kind of center the soft eraser on the eye. Honestly, I'm kinda into it. Not going to lie. So then bring it in here. Actually, you know what I might do? Let's see about this real quick. I want to see if this will make anything look good. Maybe with a different brush. Also, I will say that is another thing. Like another reason I tend not to do like a bunch of color and everything. Cause like I'll tend to see people being like, oh my gosh, what like brushes do you, not for me. I'm not saying I have a million people banging down my door like, oh my goodness, your brush work, incredible. What is your brand? But you know, I see that online where people are like, I want these like Photoshop CSP brushes. I'm just like, I don't even bother. I'm trying to improve like just straight up line work, honestly. Kind of fray the edge, yeah. Get the shadows around it creeping in. Yeah, I'm down with this. I just want to make sure it's kind of like the spot that's erased is evenly erased. There we go. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I kind of dig it. And then there, you guys can see what kind of like a completed card might look like in the final version. For anyone who stuck around so long. Honestly, I think I'm okay with it. Obviously, it's not like the best drawing I've ever made, but in terms of like a playing card, that will at one point maybe just be like, you know, 2 inches big. It's not too bad. So I think we're gonna call this one complete it, and we can look to raid someone. How does that sound? I think I'd like to do that. I had a fun time this stream. the fun time, but I'm not trying to. What was I thinking of? Nice. I'm not trying to go for like a million hours tonight. We might be going for like, a good 3 or 4 hours tomorrow night because we're going to be going back to Resident Evil. But tonight in particular, I was kind of taking it easy. I was like, hey, hang out, work on this one, I got like fucking 4 projects counting this one that I'm all trying to work on, the comic, the book, so this is basically like off to the side, but I'm still putting the work in for it, so. Oh my goodness, wait. Hold on. We raided Giwi before, but they're about to play some stuff with Jaden. And I'm a big fan of Jaden. So, if it's alright with y'all, they're gonna play. Paula, if you're still here, they're about to play Overcooked. So, if you're down for. Oh, wait. They might be finishing up. Never mind. They were starting around this time before, but now it looks like they're finishing up. So, how about we look for someone else? Because we have. Oh yeah, they're not doing Overcooked anymore. Dang. Beans. Okay. Gam and Dan are doing a race. Trying to see. How about we raid Dan? How long have they been going? So they've been going longer than the other person I was about to. They've been going about the same length. Okay. I say we go for it. Raid Dan. Because I don't know if I raided Kiwi last time or sometime before that, but it definitely wasn't that long ago. And meanwhile, I haven't raided Dan too many times, so I think it might be a fun idea. I mean, I like Kingdom Hearts, so anyway, thanks y'all for joining me. Like I said, we're going to be back to Resident Evil tomorrow. I really hope to see y'all there. It's going to be a fun time. Lord knows I've been really enjoying Resident Evil, so I hope to see y'all there. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Bye!